Okay, not much point dragging this out because I'm excited. So, hello, Samai. I've learned that. No more Shamais from now on. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. Hello, chat. First stream of the year. How is it 2025 doing? I'm excited to have you back here. I'm certain there will be probably some new viewers at some point. I'm sure some of you are already, but I'm glad Gamil is here again. Old friend and channel member. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Yeah. 2025 has been going great for me so far, as Melvin C has mentioned. I mean, I've got a lot of different things done as well. Not just a video, but partly the video. You know, it's put me in a good mood. Lots of, I mean, not just people viewing, but also like supporting, commenting, being really nice. Mostly for the most part, with some exceptions, but you know. So I've had a good week so far, because mainly just following like what people are saying about the well, what I've said in the video, basically, right? Or what people think about my Welsh learning progress. So how about you? How's your year been? Hello there. Hello, Camille. Hello, Laura? Or is it? It feels like there's something missing at the end there, but what language is that, Laura? Samai can't they with eggs. Samai. Okay, I'm gonna respond to that one right away because it's come up so many times in the comments, right? So Samai. If you didn't know, which actually I did not know myself, I knew Samai and Samai were different things, for one, and then I wasn't sure which is which because I speak Welsh in my daily life, not like speak all the time, but I have a friend who texts me all the time, and sometimes we meet up. We only say hello, which is as other North Walian people have told me in the comments, seems to be the norm. And my friend has also said, who says Samai? Who cares? So when I made the video, I'm aware that most people are taught Shamai. That's all I know. Because when people teach like basic Welsh phrases on the internet, they say, "Oh, it's Shamai to say hello," which means "How are you?" So I wasn't aware that it was a southern thing, because I don't use either. I use hello. So I put Shamai in the video, in the script as well as on the screen, and then like, and that accidentally became like comment bait apparently. So that's a thing that happened. Anyway, Ludwig, hello, cześć. Jak tam? Amazing views stats. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that it's getting the recognition I hope it deserves. I mean, I might be biased, but I think it's a good video, right? I hope you agree as well. I put a lot of heart into it. Sort of annoyed my parents a bit on the trip where I was like, "Oh, let's go to this place that you have no interest in." And then I'm gonna film a thing. "Oh, can you hold my camera for a little bit? Follow me," or like, because they know nothing about filming. They just do what I tell them to do. And then sometimes I felt like I was like getting in the way of their trip as well. So yeah, I hope it was worth it. Also, that was sort of why it was so scattered, because I didn't want to like stay in one place and take up too much time, because like it is a proper holiday for them as well. So I couldn't be like, "Oh, you guys go walk around Bethgelert while I sit down and talk to the camera for like half an hour." If you didn't know, it usually takes me more time, a lot of time to film something, because it's not easy to enunciate everything. For some reason, like when I'm talking now, I'm speaking naturally, I feel okay. Like I can just say anything and it sort of works out. But when I have a script, when I'm like saying the script, for one, I'm saying it from memory. Bit by bit, yes, but like still, I'm doing it from memory. And then also, for some reason, when I'm speaking like a scripted thing, when I'm saying a scripted thing, I just struggle with enunciation a bit more. So like normally, if you see like a 15-minute like sit down and talk to the camera type of video, it takes like at least 40-50 minutes to film. And then like each clip in that Wales video, which is like, I don't know, 1 minute tops, would take like 5 minutes at least. So I would be like, you wait in the car. I'm going to go brave the rain, as lots of people have commented. Lots of rain. Brave the rain, sit down, hope that it doesn't drench my camera, and then talk to the camera for a bit. Shumai Selena. Halo, ma dobry wieczór. Nauczyciel języka kantońskiego. Kiedy jeszcze raz uczysz się kantońskiego? Nie wiem, czy jeszcze chcesz lekcji, bo już dawno nie rozmawialiśmy. Laura is from French. Your dad is Welsh. Your mom is English. Wow. So are you French yourself then? Is it Laure? I assume Laure. Pin. What is pin? Is it like pin as in like pine? Because I just happened to be looking at some Wiktionary articles this morning, and then I saw peen and pin with a little downwards accent. The short one is pin from English, like a pin, but peen is pine, I think. So is it like a green pine? And I've seen you a lot in the comments actually, Pino. Thank you for like being so active and like refuting things. It gets tiring. Like in the beginning when it started like blowing up, and when the video started going like getting some traction, I did have more time to like read the comments and reply to some of them, like discuss things. But at some point it just gets too much. Like I still read everything basically. When someone leaves a new comment, I read it. But if it's like replies to existing comments, I basically can't see them because you have to like scroll all the way down and look at like which one has replies. YouTube doesn't make it easy, so I'm losing track. It's a really well put together video. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you very much. It was a joy. When I was making it, I was like, yeah, I have a good feeling about this that I hadn't had before, because before, in most videos, I'm like, yeah, I think this works. I think it makes sense. I think it looks good. But for this one, I didn't just think. I was like, yeah, I know it's a good story. I honestly, I don't know how I can top myself ever, because I did put a lot of like heart into it, and I feel like it was very well structured. This is just me giving myself compliments now. Sorry, but I'm still going to try and like do something in that style, because I know most of you are new here, but I've said in my past streams that my dream thing to do on YouTube, my dream kind of video to make, is like exactly what this is. This was like my pilot video with that style. I want to like go to places and tell stories about languages in different places, which could be difficult, could be like expensive, but this was a good test run of that idea, and apparently it worked out. People liked it, so that's great. How was your Planda, Tom? I almost said Polish because like a minute ago I was speaking Polish. How was your parents' response to Wales after the trip? Sorry about the weather. The weather though. I've seen so many people talk about the weather. It's hilarious. It is very Welsh. It was not my mum's first time in Wales. The first time we went to Wales together, I took her to Conwy, looked at the castle. That's why we didn't do the castle this time. We walked out along the city walls. So we got off the train the first time. It was like perfectly clear weather. 10 minutes later, it was like pouring. So my mum was expecting that basically already. But I think they liked it. They did the very typical Asian parent thing of like sharing my video with their friends. They're like, oh, my son made this during our trip, so check it out. I think they're happy with it. At uni in Aberystwyth, and the uni wants people to say Shemai. I'm not Welsh, so I'm not sure how it's usually spoken in Mid Wales, but it's interesting that there's a difference. I'm not sure either. But apparently it's Shemai in the south, because I know the reason though. I know because in the south, at least some dialects say shut to mean how instead of sit in the north. So over in the north we say sit or sid. Actually, sometimes when I write it, sid with a D, but that's the main difference. But I mean, it's understood everywhere. It's like some I see some comments saying like north and south are like different languages altogether. But honestly, I mean, as someone who's watched a lot of TV, a lot of S4C, the Welsh television channel, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, there's some different words, obviously, but it's fine. Like people get used to it, basically. They know what's up, especially if they have watched media. Diolch I beth ti'n gwneud o Llangollen. Oh, I love Llangollen. I've been there a couple of times, as I said. It was very nice. It was unfortunate that we sort of got there quite late. It was like nearing sunset, and then we hurried to get dinner because apparently the eateries also closed at like way too early. So we hurried to get dinner, and then afterwards I was like, okay, you guys go walk around town, do whatever you want. I'm gonna find a nice spot to film just a thing, because the part in Llangollen, because I had scripted everything out, right? So the part in Llangollen was so central to the entire message. I was like, I can't not do this part, or I can't move it elsewhere. So I had to just chuck them off, and then chuck off my parents for a little bit, and then do that script. That's why it was so dark. And also, it's a new camera, by the way, with the same camera that you're seeing right now. So I tried this low light mode. It looked horrible, so I won't do that again. But yeah. Can you say milk in Welsh 3 ways? I do not know the third one. What's the third one? I know llefrith and llaeth. Llaeth, apparently, I did look it up, by the way. Llaeth is from Latin. So it's actually the same word as like, from like lactate or... Oh, wait, I just realized I forgot to put... Wait, hold on. Bam. I'm an idiot. Oh. This is what happens when I forget to... or like, I forget how to stream after not streaming for too long. So there you go. Oh, that's more like normal streaming, I guess. Yeah. Oh, I feel like an idiot again. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so llaeth is from Latin, llefrith is Celtic, and then the third one I have no idea. I have to like scroll through the comments, chat quickly, because this is faster than I'm used to. Ignore negative comments about Shemai. Yeah, okay. Ceredigion, no idea. Tell me, Selena, what is the farmer way? I love the Wales video. You need to go to the Welsh. I'm still looking at the part that's like not in view on the screen right now, so I need to go faster. Welsh colony. Oh no, Patrick. So many people mentioned Patagonia. That is beyond my resources. Unless, again, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you know what, if like enough people like support my stuff, maybe I'll get there. Maybe I can afford it somehow. Become a member or support me or buy super chat or whatever. Thank you very much. Diolch bydd. But yeah, no plan to go that far for now. I haven't left Europe for like 4.5 years at this point. That's gonna change very soon, but foreshadowing. Oh, native Welsh person here with regret. I do not know my native language well, still practicing. Good. Yes, I'm happy that I'm inspiring people. Like, this was not an effect that I expected to have, because I was like, I'm just a guy, right? I'm just doing my little nerdy language thing. But if some people are inspired to like go further with the Welsh, or like even start taking up Welsh, I'm very happy, of course, because I love it when like people support language diversity and like support their local languages and so on. This honestly was not an effect I expected to have. Laure, I have some French family on my mum's side. You learned Welsh, English, and French at the same time. As a kid, I'm very dyslexic. Yeah, oh wow, yeah. Welsh, English, and French. 2 of them have like insane spelling. One of them is very logical, as I have talked about in the Why Welsh is Easy video. 而家日日都練習。好嘢，都講多啲廣東話。Patagonia. Owen, diolch Owen. Langsplorer, good to see you again. Long time no see. I was happy to see you in the comments. Thanks for enjoying. Joseph, video arddecho, diolch yn fawr am creu. Diolch am wylio. Diolch I bawb sydd wedi gwylio'r fideo. Achos pan dwi'n creu fideo, does gen I dim syniad o gwbl faint o bobl fydd yn gweld o gwbl, achos bod y algorithm yn ansiagweladwy yn hollol, felly they just yn rhoi cymaint o amser a cymdrechion i'r fideo efo'r gobaith bydd y fideo yn gweithio. The Camel also cracked you up. When I posted the video, I was like, yes, let's see when it's gonna is when who's the first commenter who will get the joke? And when someone finally commented about Cameloso, I was so excited. It's an old joke. If any of you, I assume like lots of people don't know it. If you don't know the Cameloso joke, go just Google Cameloso with the little O's on the A's, the rings on the A's, because it's a classic Norwegian like a sketch about Danish. I used to live in Sweden, so I have a lot of experience making fun of the Danes. So that is like that's my blood now. It came with all the meatballs. It just when you eat enough Swedish meatballs, you start hating the Danes. So I love that, and I didn't plan that at all. Like when I was scripting the video, I was like, I want to use a metaphor, use an analogy of some sort, because I was saying basically, if you go somewhere for the first time, you can't expect to know how to say the place names. And I was like, okay, what's a place where the names are really hard to say other than England? Because England is a bad example, because England, like, the spelling doesn't make sense. But in certain most other countries, the spelling kind of makes sense. And I was like, oh, hey, yeah, Danish. Danish is insane. So I decided to put Danish in the video, in the script. And then when I edited it, I was like, yes, Cameloso. It's time to dig up this old joke. Let's see. As a Gok and first language Welsh speaker, it is more diversity in English just in England. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's probably comparable. I think it's comparable. It's it's the kind of diversity where you can definitely hear the different dialects and accents. There are different words, but in general, it takes some getting used to, but then there's no problem at all. It's not like, what's a language where the dialects are pretty incomprehensible? I don't know. Norway? No, not. Yeah, I would say Norway would be more than Welsh and English, Norwegian, because like the different dialects are it's like in a grey area between language and dialect. South. Oh, okay, South, just South with an accent. Welcome to streaming. It's I'm not new to streaming. I've been doing it since summer, but I sort of slowed down in the autumn. So I did one in like November, one in December, and then this is the first one this year. So I sort of forgot how to do it. It's so weird. Like it should come naturally, but I just forget to put the chat on, I guess. It was on when I was checking it, because I was looking at the other scene where I was sharing a screen. But anyway, what's this? My comedic tutor is from the south of comedy, and there is a few northern E that he struggles with. It's fascinating. To be honest, I had problems with the Y as well, because it's not just an accent thing, but it also has two different pronunciations depending on where it is in the word. I got it wrong the last time when I made the Why Welsh is Easy video, and then some comments sort of reminded me, and I learned it the hard way by getting it wrong, which is kind of like the point of learning a language. It's interesting, even around my area of Birmingham, about 30 minutes outside of the city, and few Brummy accents to be heard. I'm in Manchester, and I'm starting to learn about the different Manchester accents as well, like Tameside, Bolton, Oldham. I want to say Cheshire, but Cheshire is basically just posh. And then you get outside of Manchester, you're getting close to Scouse. So it's incredible. I love language diversity. It's so fun. My near goal when it comes to learning English, yes, I'm technically still learning English. My new goal is to like tell the different Manchester accents, and then maybe like do them. Or I can't do accents, but who am I kidding? But yeah, now I know Philomena Kunk is like a Bolton accent, and she has a very distinctive accent. So 瞓覺時間早唞係喎，你香港夜咯喎，早啲瞓啦，唔好咁夜啦。Thank Boston. That's what? That's Boston, mate. No, I don't know what accent that was. I got somewhere in with like a Brummy accent because I lived there for a little bit as well. So I think because I had a lot of interactions with like working class people when I was in Birmingham, at least more than I do now for personal reasons. And then I just reminded myself to say Monday all the time, and then that sort of slipped into Brummy. Roedd y fyd yn wych ac roedd ynganiad dy rieni yn dda iawn ar ôl gwers bach gen ti. Yep. Yeah. Doedd yna ddim yn tri anodd. Cymerodd yna sawl funud, swn i'n dweud. Roedd y llyn eitha anodd I ddysgu fy rieni, ond ar ôl hynny, dwi ddim yn gwybod pam roedd problemau gen fy nhad efo conwy. Roedd yn deud confi drosod a throsod. Ond ar ôl hynny, achos mae mwyafrif y seiniau yng Nghymraeg ddim mor anodd, ddim mor estron I ni. Just y rhai. Mae gennym ni, I'm going to switch to English now, because in Cantonese we also have the ng in the beginning of syllables, so that would not have been difficult. Like yng Ngogledd Cymru, they would be able to say that, yng Ngogledd. I haven't tried, but they would. The ng may be a bit hard. Shwmai allan gyfraniadau on the exposure of Wales video. You have, thank you, diolch yn fawr, and just you wait. There is something more coming up. I'm as a hint, I'm checking newyddion S4C like every other hour now, but and you know, just that was the hint, nudge again. Let's see. Am I catching up yet? Am I catching up with the chat yet? Petra, you look at Welsh the way other people look at Dutch, your native language. It looks and sounds impossible to learn. Yeah, I would say, you know what? Even if this offends someone, I would say Welsh looks goofy. Like, Dutch also looks goofy. Let's like agree on that. I feel like sometimes when I look at a huge Welsh text, I'm like, yeah, that just looks weird, but it just takes time to get used to it. And then it's actually, I mean, the spelling, Dutch as well, it's perfectly sensible. My mother is from Solihull. Good old Solihull. I kind of miss Brom now. It's weird though. It hasn't been well down there. Mae'ch Cymraeg yn gwych. Diolch am y ganmoliaeth. Dwi'n mynd cael cymaint o gyfleoedd I siarad Cymraeg yn fy mywyd bob dydd, ond mae'n gred. Yn arbennig pan mae bobl ar stream sy'n mynd I ddeall be dwi'n deud, achos fel arfer pan o'n i'n arfer streamio dysgu Cymraeg, roedd llawer bobl yn gwylio, ond dim lot sy'n deall Cymraeg, felly do'n i'n beiddio actually defnyddio'r iaith ar stream, felly Pwy sy'n deall Cymraeg ar hyn o bryd? Gadw mi wybod yn y chat. Pwy sy'n deall? Pa deud wrth y bobl di Cymraeg, achos dwi eisiau gwybod am fy cynulleidfa. That's your area. You have more southern accents. Well, yeah, I mean Midlands. It's Midlands, right? Is there anything particular that motivates you to continue speaking using Welsh? I would. I'm sure some people are going to be confused by the VVV now. I feel like, yeah, I think that video basically sums it up. Like, I have different reasons for learning it. I said like the funny one because of geography, and then like the deeper personal, like the sympathy, empathy with language and culture. That's a big one. And also now it's just part of my daily life, because I mean I have friends that I text all the time, so I mean I can't really stop in a sense. I could like stagnate, but also I don't really stop now. But I mean I don't watch a lot of TV, sadly. I really want to, but I'm deep down I'm a terrible workaholic, so like whenever I do anything that's remotely entertaining or relaxing, I just get nervous. You're going to Bretagne this summer. You plan to look into Breton. You should. You know what? I love Breton. Those of you who new may not know that I tried my hand at Breton a few months back, just the basics. I looked into it. So it's all on stream. So like if you go back a few streams, you will see me trying Breton or Setawek. But I didn't go very far. But I mean, but why? Why was I doing it? Again, look for the streams. I have told people why I wanted to do some Breton. You have to go now, but you just want to show your support and drop out to say hello. And noswaith dda, diolch am ymuno am dipyn bach. Would you ever consider learning Armenian? Ooh, have I told anyone before? I have a like a secret language wish list somewhere hidden, but and Armenian is on it. I think I went for it on stream one time, but you have to look for it. It's in a chapter. Hey san. Wait, that was Norwegian, right? You realize Cymraeg is a Semitic language. No comment. Also, did you know that there's a language called Patua? Oh yeah, the one in Macau, right? It's it's kind of again, it's like one of those old people languages. It's like it's hard because the linguistic landscape of Macau is really complex as well. Like with all the influences from the local language, from Portugal, from Hong Kong, now from China also. So yeah, yay! Faint o bobl sy'n deall Cymraeg. O leia pedwar o bobl. Da iawn. So o leia pan dwi'n siarad Cymraeg, mae rhywun yn mwy nag un person yn deall. Dim ond dysgwr di, ond dwi'n deall tipyn bach. O, dal ati, ti'n mynd i gwneud yn gwych. I know, I just wish they revived the language as well. I just found your videos yesterday. Been living in Ruthin. Where's Ruthin again? I see my understanding of Welsh geography has been better since I planned that trip, but it's still not great because again I'm not from there. Where's Ruthin? Oh, in Sir Denby. Oh, cool. How's the Welsh language doing in Sir Denby? How's it doing? Because I've heard like Llandudno, Conwy. Oh, that's Sir Conwy. Fuck me. Sorry. Again, geography. What's in Sir Denby? Is it Llangollen is in Sir Denby, right? Yeah. Not many people speak it over there. In your video, you talked about Capel Celyn. So I wonder what's your opinion on Mudiad Amddiffyn Cymru and their involvement in that situation. I've heard of that, but I don't know enough to make a comment. So you should go to Bretagne for the Celtic Festival. When is Celtic Festival? I'm sure there's like a couple of festivals around there, but let me know where and when. Nath o'n hoffi dy fideo di am mynd i Gymru. Diolch am fwynhau. Felly di am arfer dy Gymraeg a gêm fwrdd ar y Gymraeg, sef gêm Owain Glyndwr. Be ydy gêm Owain Glyndwr? Be ydy o? Oh, diddorol iawn. I've actually been looking into like fun old Celtic board games because apparently this is again I'm so used to giving fun facts on streams that they just keep coming. So I recently learned that Gwddbwyll, which is the modern Welsh name for chess, international chess, you used to refer to some sort of Celtic chess. So I'm looking into that. I might just grab my friends and like try to play a game in a video or something. Okay. No, I'm too slow again. This has never happened before. So no, I mean, I encourage it. Don't stop. But this is exciting. Ci Mongol hel medig o. I'm guessing you're saying, can you speak Mongolian? I can't speak Mongolian, but I would love to. It's also on my list. It is on my list. Would you consider learning Faroese? I would have because I actually didn't mention in this video because I usually do mention it, but I'm a composer, and there is a there is an international like congress of composers for new music every year, and I think was it last year or the year before that. It was in the Faroe Islands, and I really wanted to go, and I wrote a whole letter saying how, well, I'm a composer, but also like because they had a category of music in small languages, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of my jam. I would love to write music in a small language, and I already have. So I applied to go to that one, but I didn't get in. So sadly, didn't go there. I would have learned a bit of Faroese otherwise. I used to know a tiny bit of Icelandic, but it was a long time ago. Mae'n Cymru gyd yn cyrraedd rwan, mond fi allan llawer Cymraeg gyddion oedd na cyn y fyd ddiweddara. Go iawn. Cywir. Yeah, mae wlad I gyd yma yn gwylio'r un stream. Brilliant video as someone who lives in the south and honors Welsh. Just has inspired me to start learning again, and maybe for similar places. Yes, yeah, definitely, for sure. It's weird, like how separate the north and south are. Nice to catch a stream. Good to see you, Fredsky. Ruthenians in North Wales are interested in Old English. I mean, I find it interesting, but I'm not interested in like getting involved in like old ancient languages because I can't really use it. So I am interested in languages, but I'm interested in using language. Like it's like they're two separate interests, right? A linguistic interest in languages versus like a social interest, I guess. And with Welsh, for example, I wanted to use it. So even if I learned Faroese, I wouldn't have to like find an opportunity to use Faroese, for example. But Old English, you can't ever use it. So it's purely a linguistic interest, which I do have because like I speak German, and so it's quite fun. Robin McPherson, Lang Explorer, I saw your comment on his video. We'll see. I don't know what I mean I would love to see what he gets up to, because this is very exciting, the stuff that he said about Cantonese. Sign I can't understand that. 40% Welsh speaking Rhythin. Oh, not bad. Yeah. So give it a go. Will you be at the National Eisteddfod in Wrexham this year? The International Eisteddfod in Llangollen. I wanted to go to the one in Llangollen actually last year, but it didn't work out. And I have friends who are involved in like the organization of the festival, and I know some local choirs. So again, give me hint, not nudge. But I will definitely try to go to Wrexham this year. I mean, it's the easiest for me to go to. I have moaned about the tram station in Wales. I have no excuse this time. It's Wrexham. It's like super close, accessible by train. I have to go. I have plans with my friend from. I shouldn't dox my friends, but yeah, well-speaking friend who will be coming with me, and I might do some tiny bit of filming there as well. You know, who knows? I can't understand anything. It's Mongolian. Check the 1st to the 10th of August, but yeah, I will be going if I can, unless anything goes wrong. Okay. Club Pontypridd, Mentor Iaith. Oh, cool, very cool. How did you read my Mongolian? By reading the Cyrillic. See, now when you use Mongolian script, I'm completely lost. But you know what? I actually was saying to my friends like a while back. I was like, you know what? Once you finish transitioning back to the Mongolian script, I'm gonna so learn it. I'm gonna learn that script at the very least. I love that script so much. Wait, hold on. No, that's not Mongolian. Fuck no, that is Tibetan, right? Is that Tibetan? I think it is. Yeah, that's definitely not Mongolian. I'm an idiot. Do you find using Welsh verbally gets you any looks while living in Manchester? I haven't used it publicly much. So the only time I've spoken Welsh with my Welsh friend in Manchester, we ran into a Welsh speaking family. So that was funny. Saluton. I think I might be one of the few people who watched the content before your recent viral vid. You've got a lot more new fans. Yeah, thanks Crow for sticking around. Always appreciate the OGs. Everyone's welcome here. I mean, I do a lot of videos on like various topics, so I get a lot of attention from all different communities. Fowrie Summer Camp, definitely go. Hold on, that is that Devanagari. I found Latin very helpful with Welsh. It's hidden all over the place. So true. There's so much Latin in Welsh. I think I mentioned in my fun facts video, but I love how much Latin there is. But not just that, but I love how different it looks. Like you couldn't have recognized any of those Latin words. Wait, I think I realized one. I think I learned deduction because I just happened to be looking through a list of Latin words in Welsh this morning, and I think deduction was like deduction. Didwythiad, and induction is anwythiad. It's insanely different. A mutual friend in Llangollen, maybe. 3,000 subs ago. Yay! All these. I mean, according to that badge, Camille has been here for how many months? I don't know how it works. Can you say Llanfair Bwrs Cwengell Gogera Chwen Dropos Llantysilio Gogogoch? Yes, I can. And I might say I do it better than Conor Dog. just saying, right? Just saying. I've seen him do it, and I think he gets he puts an extra ch in the middle somewhere. I think that's what he does. But I've done that so many times. I can say it like with no preparation. Sometimes it's hard to when I want to say it like in the sentence. For example, in the video I said like the one, because I had one shot, one take, and I said like, oh, now the thing that is known to outsiders is and when you run out of breath, it gets difficult. What do you think about the 20-mile-per-hour speed limit in Wales? I don't drive, so my opinion might be biased towards that direction. But you know, this is a quick. Let's just quickly dip into like urbanism YouTube, because I do watch a lot of that content. I do think cars should go slower, but with the prerequisite that other transport needs to be better. So if you only reduce the speed limit for cars, but you don't make other options more accessible or smoother, then it doesn't work. It's a net negative. But they have to start somewhere. So hopefully, yeah, Chester has good bus links to North Wales. Yeah, I might just go and try it, because like so many people have talked about the transportation in North Wales in the comments, and yeah, I haven't tried it. I mean, I have a tiny bit of experience with it, because there's one time I was going home from Llangollen and my friends couldn't drive me, so I had to get the bus to through Arbon and then get the train, and between the bus and the train there was like an hour long wait. So I waited half an hour for the bus and then an hour for the train. So that's why I'm saying it's a pain in the arse, because the connections aren't like, I wouldn't say not in sync. They're terribly out of sync. That's why it's a pain in the ass. But like, if you just take one bus from one point to a second point, then I assume it's fine. Oh my god, Langesbro, you're going Mongolian. Llanfair PG. Yeah, I know. Nobody says the whole full name, but it's fun to do, and people. Real Loco says Llanfair. Yes, I've been saying Llanfair the whole time. Like, with my friends, and also like in my own notes, I write Llanfair. You're not the only one. You don't live on the island. One thing you love about Latin loanwords is that they adapted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the Latin words just don't look like. There's so many. Again, something I learned this morning. Llyn, which means like folklore, law in Welsh. It's actually. It's from legend, like legenda, and they sort of the G disappeared, just like the mutated G, so it became just a long ear. So instead of legend, It became llyn. It became llyn. And that's why it's so cool that llenyddiaeth, which is literature, actually has like lore in it. Cawl, a big old point of pride. Well, I don't know what that is. Latin element in Welsh. If you want to learn how to recognize the Latin influence in Welsh. Oh, you know what? I could just look at more words to see how the sounds changed. Right? Fydd rhaid I ti wneud fideo I ddathlu lead music Cymraeg sydd ar y 7 o Chwefror. Oh, okay. Ella. Dwi wedi gweld lot o postiau am y dydd music Cymraeg, ond gen i'n syniad beth sy'n digwydd ar y dydd, ac hefyd dim lot o wybodaeth am y music Cymraeg sydd gen i, achos ddim yn gwrando ar lot o ganeuon yn y ffodus. Ond ella bydd ein ymchwilio I mewn I music Cymraeg fydda ni'n deud. Yeah. I'll have to say I'm quite busy this month. So I don't know if I can like put out any more video before my next trip in mid-February. Do you have any advice for rolling R's? The sound doesn't exist at all in my accent. I even struggle with the which pronounce the same in the accent. I think I have the same questions because I can't freaking roll my R's either. So like, if anyone has a tip, if anyone who has struggled with rolling your R's and then learned it, please tell me and tell Liam how to do it. Because I can't do like ar, arra, 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 or bardd. I can't do it. And then like there are some very enunciated Welsh speakers who like roll all their R's, and it's so like, it's probably a more dignified accent, I imagine. You're a bus driver and you like the speed limit. Oh, tell me more. Why? When you type in Mongolian, people think it's Russian. When you type in Nepali, people think it's Hindi. That's why I didn't say it's Hindi. I just say it's Devanagari. In school we learned, yeah, there's this is a big topic, but there's no point of arguing what language is older because they all came from the same root anyway. Like especially, I mean, Welsh and Latin, they're all ultimately from Indo-European, so like they were born in the same era. In school we learned that some RPG places pronunciation with a fun song. I imagine that might have helped you learn when you were starting out. Yeah, definitely. I looked into Llanfair or the things that are in Llanfair. If you haven't seen that short video of like me going to different parts of the Llanfair area, just looking for the things, definitely go see it. It's like 1 minute. But it helps like looking into like the words, what's in it. It's like when it's also what I did when I learned the full name of Bangkok. I had a big spreadsheet and I looked into like what each word meant. It was less helpful because the full name of Bangkok, if you didn't know, let me know in the chat if you want me to say it. But if you didn't know, it's mostly like Buddhist Sanskrit things. So like they mean nothing to normal people, I think. As a half Asian Welshman, I'm so proud to see and embrace the language. Oh, thank you. I will tell my family. You like Welsh folk songs? I don't know much about it, but I bet I would because I do like folk songs in general. Be o'ch ti'n meddwl o Porthmadog pryd oedd y ti yma? Dwi'n byw yma fy hun. Dwi'n licio Porthmadog. Dwi'n hoffi iawn o fod just ger y môr. Felly, lle dwi'n gallu gweld y môr, neu rhyw fath o ddŵr, ella afon, ella môr. Dwi'n hapus iawn. Yn anffodus, doedd gennym ni ddim lot o amser I dreulio ym mhob lle achos oedden ni'n neud a road trip. Felly dim ond un noswaith, un nos naethon ni treulio yn Porthmadog. Ond I filmed my intro in Porthmadog and I'm very happy that I did it. It's beautiful. Like when I arrived in Porthmadog at night, I couldn't see shit. But then in the morning, I went for a walk on my own, and then I saw the train station. Oh, beautiful! Love the old trains. I got the smoke all over my face when it went like choo choo. But then I was like, yeah, it's fine, worth it. What's your favorite Welsh tunes? Oh, can you recommend some Welsh tunes? Is it true? Cannot. Let's see. Recorder play about how to learn roll R's. I mean, I'm not surprised that like wind players are teaching how to roll R's because like they use it in their music as well. I had a friend who played the flute, and she could roll the R's only when she was playing the flute. She couldn't roll it in like speech, but when she's playing it, she could do it easily. I think my problem, I can make it like sound if I want to, but I couldn't like integrate it into words, so I can't do araith or whatever. Well, I forgot what araith means. Do you do Welsh Duolingo? If you do, what do you think about Duolingo deciding to discontinue the expansion of Welsh? Look at my video. I made a video on that. That was like my first Welsh related video. So go all the way back about the Duolingo Welsh video. Use the uvula R. No, I like the r. I can just do a r. I can do this one easily. Like why is it so hard to come up with the word like tavarn or whatever? I can do this one. I just can't do tavarn. The 10 months learning in. Yay! Yes, see? Good job, Power of Touch. That's how you do it. Like, just... I think the main thing is just having an open mind, because, like, if you shut it down before you even try, then you're never going to make it. But, like, if you give it an earnest try, if you, like, try to understand it, the differences, or, like, how the system works, then it works a lot better. I mean, it's not really that hard. I think that's a problem with most, actually lots of similar cases with like majority language speakers learning minority languages, because, for example, English speakers learning Welsh or like other languages in Britain, they just assume that it's difficult. They just assume that it's impossible, and they shut it down. And they don't even give it a chance. So that's why people have this strong impression, I guess. Commodore 65, reduction in traffic accidents. That's good. I like reduction in traffic accidents. Surprise, surprise. I think people assume a rolled R is an extension of the R. Is the active air moving the tongue? Yeah, that is true. That's what I learned a long time ago. So it's not like no. You blow some air through it, and somehow supposedly it trills. But Diolch Roland, you're from Cumbria. You had Cumbric. Yes, I've been looking into Cumbric a lot recently. I said earlier in the stream that my dream is to make like travel language documentaries. Like I like making videos about languages, and I also want to go to places. And I have like several ideas, like not it's not going to be the next few videos, no, it's like somewhere down the line, but I have some ideas that I want to do at some point, and Cumbric definitely factors into that. Are actually, Crow, you feel like most of the roads are actually more tapped? Yeah, that's why I do like tapped in more most of my languages. I've intentionally avoided lots of languages that have a rolled R, or especially ones that where you have to do it. But for example, in Swedish, you just say ro, ro, r, 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 and then in Polish you can use the r. In Welsh Welsh doesn't really care, because like there's so many different accents and people are second language speakers. Will you be uploading the problems you had in the pub? I don't know. I don't. So if you don't know what Adam is saying, again, it's not on the screen. Sorry, I'm a bit delayed, but the scene in the video where I was in a pub in Carnarvon, right? I happened to be filming, not really filming per se, because it was just pointed at my mum, but I happened to be recording, and then there was one guy just kept talking to me, like he didn't speak Welsh either. He was an English speaker. They wouldn't stop talking to me, even though I obviously was not interested. And then at some point, he said something a bit unsavory. So I was like, yeah, that's it. So I put that. I uploaded that as like a member only video. Not only because I want more members, obviously I do, but like I feel like it's not a main, like, it's not part of the show, you know what I mean? It's not like it's not content that I produce. It's just a thing that happened to happen. So if you want to see that, then be a member. Sorry, I don't want to sound so greedy, but like that's the solution I came up with to like put it on the internet, but also not make it like give it too much attention. Festina Railway is cool. Have you looked into the Cumbrian? Let's skip the history. Pys Melyn. Is it like a band? Pys Melyn? Bryn Vaughan. I know Bryn Vaughan. I know Buncath. I know them quite. No, I know the name at least quite well. Sis polyglot Mrs. Yes, I Turektili emas. I do understand that, but I don't know what language is that. Is that because it could be Turkish, but it could be another language, Turkic language as well, maybe. Ben polyglottum. Yeah. I've had a little look. Okay. Mae 'na llawer o siaradwyr Cymraeg wedi gweld fideo chdi ar wahanol grwpiau ar Facebook. Dwi'n ymwybodol o hynna, achos mae ffrind fi wedi anfon sgrin lun ata I am y postiau sydd wedi cael ei gwneud ar Facebook. Dwi'n teimlo just tipyn bach yn swyl, ella, achos dwi ddim wedi cael cymaint o sylw o'r blaen, ond dwi'n fach iawn. Mae pobl yn licio be dwi wedi wneud. Diolch i'r pobl am rannu, am wylio. Yeah. Welsh band recommendations. I need to look into that later, but I guess I'll come back to this. My Buncath and Vand. Oh, do you mutate band? Because I feel like sometimes with like English loan words, you just don't mutate it. Band, Vand, and Vand da. I know about the scandal surrounding Buncath, because my friend won't shut up about that. I was like, oh, Buncath, you know that thing? Os eisiau gwrando, gwrando, right? Gwrando. Os eisiau gwrando ar grŵp da Cymraeg, fyswn ni'n awgrymu Buncath. That is like Malay or something. Mike Stevens yn bardd o da hefyd. O, diolch am yr argymhelliannau. Wyt ti'n dod o Hong Kong yn reiddio, reit. Wyt ti'n gwrdd y gadair Tsieinaidd Cymreig yn amgueddfa San Fagan. Dwi'n wedi bod yn San Fagan eto. Dwi'n nabod yr amgueddfa. Oedd wedi bod yng Nghaerdydd dwywaith, ond ddim I San Fagan. Ond dwi wedi... Sorry. My nose does a crazy thing whenever I stream for some reason. Dwi wedi clywed am San Fagan bod y pobl o reidrwydd angen siarad Cymraeg pan maen nhw'n gweithio yn yr amgueddfa. Ond mae'n mix rhwng y dwy diwylliant, mae'n diddorol iawn. Okay, na I, rhywbryd. Os mae'n rhywun yma sy'n yng Nghaerdydd, sy'n eisiau gwahodd fi I ymweld â Chaerdydd eto, jyst gadael mi wybod. Achos dwi angen rheswm da I fynd rhywle o gwbl. How's the languaging going? You look at my videos, maybe. Mae gen di acen, gennych di acen da. I love dy chdi. It feels endearing to me just because both of my best friends use chdi. So whenever I see someone say chdi, it's like, oh. But like, because the textbook Northern Welsh doesn't use that. It uses just T. So my teacher, I am in a Welsh class. My teacher usually just says T, but then there was one time we had a private conversation and she was like, achdi. And I was like, oh, you do say that. Your Welsh is lovely, probably much better than mine. Oh no, don't say that. You can, everyone can improve. We can all improve together. That's kind of the goal. We can all get better. Dim mynd nawr, noswaith dda, in case I got that wrong. Oh, well, good evening, noswaith dda, Robin Rocks. Dwi'n gobeithio gweld chdi eto yn y dyfodol. Wel, os fysa dim byw yn fama, fysa chdi'n swnio fe rhywun o'r gogledd yn y diwedd. Dwi'n siŵr. Siŵr o fod. Ac dyna fy nod i hefyd. Dwi ddim eisiau... Os dwi'n gallu, dwi ddim eisiau cael rhyw acen neutral. Dwi eisiau ffeintio rhywun dwi'n licio siarad efo. Neu dwi'n licio gwrando arno fo. Ac wedyn copio, clonio popeth ma'n neud. Dyna'r y ddill o ddysgu. I didn't have a problem with rolling R's, but learning how to pronounce different sounds at IPA helped me understand how a mouth works. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad I know some phonetics. It really helps with like learning languages. Just subtweeting language simp. Learn IPA. It helps you understand your mouth. But I'm autistic and like repeating sounds. I don't think you need to be autistic to like repeating sounds. I feel like that's just called being a language nerd. Like, I have friends. I feel like there was a joke between my friends that, like, how do you know someone's a linguistics student? Oh, they're just making weird sounds on the street. Like, if you walk down the street, you see someone doing like, or like, or whatever, then you know they're a linguistics student. You like pop ping? I don't know how to feel about pop. See, because I haven't lived in a Welsh context, so like all the like daily life words, I don't really feel a connection to. Like, it's not part of my daily life. I mean, I use Welsh like every day, but not in my house, so I don't really feel either way about like daily life vocabulary like pop ping. But I do know it's been used as a joke a lot, which is not very desirable, I suppose. To practice your role, try this Welsh tongue twister. Do you say Rachel or what? The thing is, I learned a variant of the RH sound as rech, or Rhonda or whatever, rhaid. I got that from Glossica. I don't know what accent that is. If you know, do let me know. Because I started learning on Glossica, and then they do the tr sound. More like it's more H sounding rather than the. So I got used to saying that one, but then I see some people do like full R rolling RH like. So the out. Yn hygo bod chdi'n gallu siarad fy hun ar fideo byw. Mae'n llawer o Saeson yn symud I Wynedd sydd byth yn dysgu iaith, heibio deud bore da neu diolch. Bechod. Gwarthus. Gwarthus go iawn. Yng Ngwynedd hefyd. Os mae'n rhywle lle mae rhaid, mae angen rhaid? Da ni angen rhaid? Neu rhywbeth yna. Gwynedd ydi o. Gwynedd neu Fawn. Un o'r ddau. Chdi is a very northern thing for people who are learning. Yeah, I should mention, chdi is a... Is that like a general northern thing, or is it like a northwestern thing? Or people who know, please let me know. Apparently it came from like to D. It's like an emphatic form of T. And apparently there's like forms like that for all the pronouns, like v or something. It's funky. It's like me, like emphatic me, you. But then the Northerners just kind of made it standard. FFS, for fuck's sake, people, what's made up? What did I miss? I had a few lessons to improve my Cymraeg. Turns out conversations with uncles doesn't prepare you for everything. Who would have thought? Because I athrawes arbennig o'r enw Heddwen. Heddwen, mae'n lwsh. Lle nes ti ffeintio Heddwen? Dwi'n nabod y rhai sy'n gweithio. I don't know how well you understand. I know the teachers who work on italki, because there's like 4 of them in total. There's one guy I've actually met, and then there's 2 that I've learned with. And they're great. And then last summer, I also had a couple lessons with what's her name? I'm so sorry. What's her name? It will come back to me. It was someone from Pontypridd. So that was interesting because like it's a good practice for talking across the dialect boundaries as well. So like we would both adapt a little bit to the other dialect because she's from the south, I speak the northern variant, so like we sort of adapt a little bit. But yeah, and that's how language is. You need to like, if you want to use a language in a certain context, you need to learn how to. It's like a new thing to learn. You can't just learn a language and then be finished and then use it everywhere. Rwy'n gweithio yn San Fega. Witty! Wow, okay. Os ti'n mynd i wahoddi i ymweld â San Fega, ella na I rhywbryd. Ia, dwi'n gobeithio cael mwy o gyfleoedd i ymweld â llefydd hefyd. Labas Israeli, až bandao mokytis lietuvių kalbos, nes mano vyras yra iš Kauno. Okay, labai gerai. Man labai patinka, kad tu kalbi lietuviškai. Aš jau nekalbu, aš negaliu kalbėti lietuviškai, kaip kalbėjau, I spoke, I guess. I'm not sure. No, those are like the frequentative kalbėjau or something. I haven't touched Lithuanian in like a year and a half, but I still like it. I was actually I just met up with my friend, my Polish friend who I met doing the Lithuanian summer course. We met up again like 2 days ago, after not having spoken for a year and a half. So it was really cool. I spoke Polish all night, but then I told them, yeah, I haven't done Lithuanian for a while. I can sort of still retain some things, but I would love to return sometime. I just don't have a good motivation to go back to Lithuanian now. It's an uncommon experience for me these days to talk in a shop in Gwynedd and start speaking Welsh and get a nasty hard stare from a person if they're English. They really don't like it. That is bizarre. Like, I can't really put myself into their shoes, but I was thinking, if you move to somewhere, especially when that area is known to be a Welsh-speaking area, then what? Like, you could say, oh, sorry, don't speak it, that's fine, but like, why would you be angry that they're speaking their local language? Like, would you like go to France and just tell the people off for speaking French? Can Welsh speakers understand Breton? I really doubt it, because Breton sounds really funky. Same. Like, I've seen some common words, and then you need to know the correspondences to be able to recognize them. Yeah, I mean, the way it's spelled is very different, and also, of course, the accent as well, because they basically sound like French. No offense, but it sounds like French if you don't understand French, right? But yeah, it's beautiful. I like Breton. I haven't been there okay. Me and my friends used to text using our own slang. Do them in other tea. Oh, don't worry, Roland. That is my language now. I used Welsh, like especially Northern Welsh text speak like all day long, and the contractions are insane. Like do them, and I would sometimes even just say manicure, or what else? Tim bovim. Yeah, that definitely check out my earlier short video. I had a short video about like contractions in different languages, and one of them was like dumbo. Pnawn da, dwi wedi gweld y fideo am Cymru. Dwi'n dod o Betws y Coed yn reiddiol. Wyt ti'n hoffi Betsy Coed? Betws y Coed. Dwi'n gobeithio rwyt ti'n dasgu Cymraeg achos dwi'n dysgu. Da iawn, dal ati. Da bo chdi'n dysgu Cymraeg hefyd. Dwi ddim wedi cael siarad Cymraeg ym Betws y Coed, achos chaethon ni ddim lot o amser yn y dre, ond mae'r dre mor hyfryd, mor cute, as ydyn deud. Calbeo, yes, Calbeo. Dwi'n deall Cymraeg, paid y ffoni, mae Heddwyn yn dysgu Cymraeg program. Mi ges i Catrin Heddwyn ac Elin, un o'r bobl ar y stryd yn y fideo siam. Oh, the Xiaoma one. Oh, cool. It's a small world. Byd bach. Dwi'n meddwl bod ti angen gwneud hynna. Dwi'n meddwl bod chdi gwneud... Oh, not a goro. Goro is funny. It's funny word, goro. No, I say huna, but I think the proper one is honey, right? But I say huna. Like sometimes, actually, I've had problems with this before because like I'm so used to talking in that sort of northwestern tech speak kind of way. Sometimes when I'm in Welsh class, I like when I'm talking normally to people, I've struggled to like switch back. So like when I'm supposed to say honey in class, I just say huna. So it's it's like I need to code switch as well. Like me, second language speaker, I need to learn different registers of the language. From one area, I have been watching the videos recently. I've lived in America for 5 years. I've actually met a couple of speakers in Pennsylvania. That's very cool. Yeah. I mean, people do migrate, so it's just really hard because Welsh speakers tend to like blend in to as like just Brits, because to outsiders they just become Brits, like they sound like British. So people don't realize that they actually can speak a completely different language. They carry a colonial superiority complex with them even when they move here. They view Welsh people basically as peasants and they should always speak English. Yeah, I honestly, I've heard that, I can't say I understand that mentality. I've heard about it. Like I was just rewatching the what's his name? Let's see. Oskopo's video. I was rewatching Oskopo's video, and he mentions like how some attitudes continue to today. I can't say I can empathize, but I don't know. I just just respect people. Like, is it that hard to like treat different people with respect? Maybe that's like a leftist thing now. Young gont. No, but my friend uses it with me all the time. They just call me gont all day long. It doesn't feel good. How can non-native speakers tell the difference between dialects? By listening to them more. One of the main problems with people considering the UK as just one country, as English people go to Wales and think, yeah, that's a fair point. Like conceptually, people think it's the same thing. Because like, it's not like in Belgium, where Belgium is just famous for being multilingual, or like Luxembourg. Whereas the UK, people are like, oh yeah, the UK, that's one thing. It's just an English-speaking country. So it's also lack of Hysbyseb. What's Hysbyseb? Promotion, I guess, or like just making people aware. You found my video very interesting, thank you, diolch. Yr unig iaith dwi'n 50 y cant ddeall ydy Cornish. Cornish, I don't know. I don't know how much I understand Cornish. I understand this one. Have you noticed this one, by the way? Like, people who have been watching for like the past hour, have you noticed this? There's my souvenir from Cornwall. Nadalik Lowen, it says. Like, I understand that, but when people are speaking, I don't really get it. Angan gorfa similar in meaning. Yeah, I know. I say angan usually, or like angan sometimes with like the accent angan. What if Canada adopted Korea? I don't know. Dwi'n cyfarfod rhai ar y tŵb yn Llundain sydd ddim yn debygol iawn hyd yn oed yn Lloegr achos mae yna miliynau bobl yn byw yna. Go iawn. Pam nes I symud America? Oh. Funny meme words. Perkele. Bwbr curva. I know. I don't think bwbr curva would help me. I've tried learning the road R for like the past 10 years or more, and I haven't had any luck. Yay! Which Welsh class do you go to? I used to live in Manchester a few years ago and traveled to Sir Flint one night a week. No, they aren't, but it's all thanks to sometimes they say a COVID mawr, just COVID, because of the pandemic. So they started doing online classes, and then now they have continued the online classes. So yeah, very very lucky, because I like right now I'm in a class with like around 7 other people, none of which are in Wales, which is fascinating. So we get this opportunity to do these classes just because of the infrastructure that was set up during the pandemic. Mine's like run by Coleg Cambria in Wrexham. There was one time I missed a class, and then I texted people saying, hello, I'm actually at the college right now, just by coincidence. Dan i'n meddwl symud yn ôl, dyn eto. Undol. What? What is undol? Undol. Is that what cofies say? Undol. That's fascinating. Negsen Chant. That does sound cool. Have you tried the Walloon language? A lovely old... What is Walloon? Is it not like what Belgian French? Yeah, it's like... Is it not like French? I thought it was... Because I know Wallonia is a French-speaking part of Belgium. That's all I know. I didn't know there was a language. Most Welsh speakers can't understand Breton. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, Welsh has a lot of... I think other Brythonic languages have a lot of differences from, like... How should I describe it? Because I said in my last video as well, there's a lot of words that are like common throughout Europe, like the shun words, like information or precipitation. I don't know why that word came to mind. Those words are understood basically throughout Europe, but in like Brythonic languages, they just didn't bother. Like they made their own. Like geography, they are ryddiaith. And it's pretty cool, but the downside is like there's less intelligibility with like other languages. Yr iaith y de fath o eith hollol wahanol. Dwi'n meddwl mae'r gocs yn defnyddio lot mwy Wenglish. I would agree. I think it's a little bit like metropolitan and Canadian French, because like in France, French is less threatened, so they're not as scared of like foreign words. Whereas in Canada, they're like, oh, we need to protect our language against English, so we need to like use French words instead of the English loan words. And I think it's the same because in the north of Wales, like where Welsh is actually the community language, they're not threatened by English as much. So they're like, yeah, fine, we can let the English words in. It's not going to kill our language. So that's why I say hello. Nes I gweld y viral video on YouTube ma Santa dod fori. Nado, bedio. Any recommendations for Welsh language programs? Ask chat. Chat, any recommendations for Welsh language programs? Rhaglenni yn y Gymraeg ar y teledu. I'm watching the one where what's his name? Gwilym something went to Patagonia. That's pretty cool. There's lots of music in there. What else do I watch? I like to watch like informative things because as I said, I'm a workaholic. When I feel entertained, I feel guilty. So like when I watch programs that teach me something, I feel less guilty. So even though I enjoy dramas, I don't watch much dramas. I gotta press. Oh, I might look into that. Thank you. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. They say Ddilia. Okay, I say the Sachdi. Ddilia chdi neu tipyn o research I fewn I pobl Cymraeg yn Pennsylvania. Mae yna llwyth o diwylliant Cymraeg yn PA. Ella, but I ddim yn cynllunio mynd i'r un o daleithiau yn fia, yn rhywbeth yn fia, felly bydd yn gymharol yn anoddach I mi just gwylio I mewn neu ymchwilio yn y ieithoedd sy'n na. I do know Wallonia is from is the same Wal. I do know that. It's fun. It's like the same one in Walnut as well. Do you recommend the online class? I moved to Liverpool and stopped going to my class because I was spending so much on field going each week. Oh no. I would say if I had the choice, I would do in person. But given that I don't, the online ones are pretty good. Like, especially since they're not so affordable. Like all things. Okay, well, let me recommend my video about going to classes. That one's pretty underrated. So if you like what I do, if you like my channel, please go check out the video about going to classes. The one that's like 2 videos ago ish. I do think there are some pretty good points in there. Please share it. A mae pobl sy'n byw yn y de yn licio deud bod nhw'n mwy Cymraeg ni a di rhan fwyaf o'n nhw methu siarad iaith. Oh, classic North-South datl there. Love seeing videos on Cymru in any language. Oh, there will be more. The thing is, if in case you're expecting that, this is not going to be just a Wales channel. Go to Ben Llewellyn for that. But no, he's not doing just Wales either. But this is a language channel. I talk about like learning languages. Increasingly, I'm going to talk more about like languages in society, like who speaks them, and like how people think about the languages, because that's something that is near and dear to me, especially as a Cantonese sort of supporter, I guess. But there's going to be like more language learning content as well, because that's the main thing I have been doing since 2020. Parch, diolch, mae parch. Nes I byw yn y de yn dros 11 mlynedd, nes I ered y does a dros bros oedd yn meddwl fanna. Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to... Minority languages in China need protecting from Chinese English. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's horrible that they're like experiencing pressure from like multiple sides, because like when you are like in Wales, you're like a minority. This Welsh is a minority language next to English, but let's say like smaller variants of Cantonese, for example, of Yue, they are threatened by my Cantonese, which is like the bigger brother, and they're threatened by Mandarin, which is a national language, and then they're also threatened by English, which is the international language. So that's multiple layer of pressure. How many views? How many views? You want to know? Let's see. Let's look at the stats. It's been exciting. 104,000 now. Thank you so much for watching it through. It really helps me out. I think with any luck, I mentioned I bought a new camera to make this video. I feel like the ads are close to just paying for the camera at this point. So I'm very thankful that it worked out so well. So do stick around. I hope you like my other stuff as well. The video wych, the underdog feeling of the Welsh culture. Underdog. Sometimes I say I have like an underdog syndrome, because like whenever I see an underdog, I just naturally drift towards it. Like I always support the underdog. Like I can't help but feel for it. It's like maybe that's like an inherent part of my language identity, because like growing up in Hong Kong, like even though we are the majority language in our city and like in the surrounding area as well, we're a strong language, strong and healthy language, but we were always told that we are like the second class language. Like we always feel like we're the underdog as Cantonese speakers. So whenever I see something in a similar situation, I just can empathise. Yn dysgu Cymraeg ar hyn o bryd hefyd ar cwrs sylfaen, fersiwn De Cymru, hoffais eich fideo. Diolch, pob lwc. Dwi'n siŵr bod ti'n mynd yn bell. Dim byd penod dau. What is it? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna have so many suggestions to check out after this stream. How's Welsh and BSL? Welsh. Wales, Welsh, same thing, because it's I'm gonna do it here. This is I like to think it's a dragon, because dragon's pretty much the same sign, but also I think officially it's like the 3 feathers that are like on the symbol or something. Yeah, my friend likes to laugh, to joke that this one in Hong Kong sign language, that's like peeing, because this is water in Hong Kong sign language, and then this one is like water dripping, so it's peeing. Dwi'n o'r de, be di bonu? Bod nhw, a bod nhw. Dim y link os ti eisiau. I think you failed to send the link. Sometimes YouTube like sort of censors links in chat, in live chat. Laurie, oh okay, thank you, Laurie. I will check out Walloon. It's very cool. I might put it somewhere on like things to look into. Because I mean I have an interest in like looking into like minority languages in. Oh no, let's not focus just on minority languages, like language issues in like Francophonia as well, because I speak French-ish, so it's something that I can like easily look into or like go talk to someone about relatively. In Cardiff, Welsh is seen as a middle class thing, an academic hobby. Yeah, I can imagine actually, yeah, because definitely there's been comments saying it's a hobby. And there's like university programs studying Welsh as like a literary language. So I've seen comments saying like, oh, it's a hobby, it's a good hobby. You can like study it for fun, like studying Latin, but it's not something that people should be spending time or money on, which obviously I disagree, but you know, I'm not them. The Romans would be disappointed to see 2,000 years into the future and English language has become the international language. It all changes, you know. We have lingua franca. Lingua franca just means French. So like French used to be the international language. Things can change, you know. People are saying Mandarin's could be the next one. Who knows? You just, you know, people speaking smaller languages, not even small ones, but like smaller languages, they find a way around it, no matter what happens. A lot of the tourists I've met from the south up here that do speak Welsh tend to be posh. I see. Interesting. I did not realize that. I guess a lot of like maybe working class migration, like in the mines and whatever. Thanks for helping to keep the Welsh language alive and educating others about Welsh. I'd like to hear you have more conversation in Welsh in your videos. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't got anything concrete planned yet. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more Welsh, well, you can talk to me now on live, but also I was on the what's that called, the Doctoriad Cymraeg podcast a few months back. You can check that out. And then the Hefyd, do you know the Hefyd podcast? It's a podcast about, by and for Welsh learners. So there should be one coming out in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled, because you might know a familiar voice on that podcast. I'm dropping very obvious hints. What else? I don't know. Yeah. The thing about YouTube is, if I make a video completely in a foreign language, people are not going to watch it, especially since English speakers don't like reading subtitles. So like my last video before this one was a video that was completely in British Sign Language, and yeah, that flopped horribly. So it's really hard. Like there are some people that say like, oh, why don't you make videos in your other languages? To like every language YouTuber out there has like lots of comments like that, and then the answer is always because it harms the channel. Like it would be nice to do that, but it doesn't work for the algorithm because people don't watch it. So yeah, I'll find a way somehow. Like I think what I'm most likely to do is like make videos in English about languages where I have an opportunity to use my languages as well. For example, maybe in interviews as like a portion of the video. Do all Cantonese speakers also speak Mandarin? I think nowadays in general, mostly, like I wouldn't say all. We're like the first generation of Cantonese speakers who in Hong Kong, I'm saying in Hong Kong, who like actually got taught Mandarin well in school, and then like a few years later, basically they're like native speakers. I'm fluent second language speaker. So yeah, but older people sometimes they struggle with that. Some people have a bit of a complex. Which school they went to, the Welsh speaking one. I have heard that sometimes Welsh speaking schools are, like, in general the better schools. Is that a common thing? Because that would be really, it's a weird dilemma, because like you want them to be the better ones, because like there is an old stereotype of like Welsh speakers being less educated. So you want them to have this new positive stereotype, but then the new stereotype might just cause people to like look at them differently, like weirdly. Oh, those are the posh people, like the highly educated ones. It's so weird. Like it's a thing in Britain as well. Like, because for example, a lot of new arrivals in the UK from my part of the world don't understand that sometimes like lower, like working class people would have some so let's say this, no, I don't want to say hate. What's a better word? They don't like. Okay, let's say aversion. Working class people have an aversion towards like upper or middle class people. That's not a thing in Hong Kong. Like, the higher class you are, the better. Like, people look up to like higher classes because they think they're going to be the higher classes. I imagine like it might be the same in like America. So that's something that's like interesting to me. I say you go to the school you're closest to. Yeah. It's I was going to translate the Men of the Harlech. Men of Harlech. I actually didn't know Men of Harlech until I was in Harlech. And then there was so many boards about the song Men of Harlech. I'm like, what the hell is this song? And then I realized it's a pretty like important song in the culture. Carney Gumley. How do you know they're posh? Is that the clothes? I've no idea. Like, posh is a very, specific kind of cultural concept. Ella be ma'n trio deud ydy pobl sy'n sbio lawr eu trwyna ar bobl eraill. Ella. Can Cantonese and Mandarin speakers communicate through writing? Relatively well. Because I mean the vocabulary and the syntax are different, but like there is a lot in common between our vocabularies, so they can like guess your way around it. Obviously we can understand Mandarin written, but like when they look at what we write, sometimes they're confused. It's happened a lot on threads where there are lots of Hong Kongers and Taiwanese people arguing against each other. In general, they understand us like, I don't know, half maybe. It's like a bit like us trying to read Japanese. No one was posh in your South Welsh school. Interesting. Went to a Valley's Welsh school and posh people were at the English ones. It's so weird. It's like so complex. It's not like, it's almost like you can't really generalize it. Now that we've sort of quieted down a little bit, I do have something prepared. Like, I can't believe, I was worried no one would come. Like, I was actually worried. So I prepared something, and now if I don't do it, it feels like a waste. So what I did was, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna stop looking at chat for a tiny bit, because I've got this one to show you. So I got on YouTube a studio, you can like search for comments that have questions in them. So I did that, and then these are the questions I got from the comments. This is gonna be fun. So like what I'm gonna do is, oh, you know what? Wait. And let's do this. Let's make this interactive. I'm gonna give them numbers. Oh no, sorry. And then you guys. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna randomize them because it's funny. Randomize. Randomize. And then I'm gonna start like looking into these questions and trying to answer them. But if you want me to answer a specific question, feel free to put the number in chat. Okay? So if you have a question that is similar to one that's on here, put the number in the chat. Meanwhile, I'm gonna see what They're not in Gwynedd either. There's a private school in Bangor, I think. But we don't really have that concept here. Most of the schools in Gwynedd... Oh, surprise. Gwynedd schools are Welsh medium. Fish. Oh, I missed your chat. What did you say? I think I saw that earlier. Is your icon at bottom right corner in reconstructed proto-internet? No, that is... Oh, that one. That's funny. That's got a story to it, because I used to put my videos and our podcast, which is in Cantonese, on the same channel. So when I made up like a watermark, we used the icon for the podcast as a watermark, and that in turn came from the first consonant. No. Actually, the third Kwong, and then we put it in IPA. Didn't know that people could export YouTube comments to Excel. No, you can't. I copied it by hand. I did not export it. Sorry. St. George and Bangor. That's what motion. Okay. Let's see which ones are interesting. Okay, first one. Why are the comments not in Welsh? Because yeah, this is a question for you guys. Okay, chat. Why are the comments not in Welsh under that video? Not me asking. This is Stephen Lewis asking. But I would say because Welsh people are fluent in English, and then it's easier for people to understand. This is Uzbek. 7. Can you speak French Irish? From Bastogne. I speak some French. Hopefully I'll get better at some point. But Irish? No. I tried it a long time ago on Duolingo. Didn't get anywhere. Number 11. What's number 11? How do we know you're not a spy? I see, I don't understand this one. Because the same person also accused me of being like a poser and a fraud, apparently. And I don't know what they meant by this. I'm like, am I an Asian spy here? But I mean, I don't look like I'm from here. If you want a spy, you want someone who blends in really well, and I don't blend in that well. 60. There's no 69, Camille. I'm so sorry. Actually, wait, hold on. I need to shrink this down because like you can't see all of them. There we go. Now you can see all of them. Made of high earning English people who've moved here who don't want to send their kids to. Oh, you know what, RTX? It's like international schools. It's like the expats who go to Asia and they don't want to send their kids to normal local schools, so they start like expensive private international schools where they can pretend they never moved countries. It's exactly like that. They want to be understood by the YouTube audience as well as, yeah, I think they write the comments in Welsh because they also, like, Welsh speakers do want to raise awareness among non-Welsh speakers about this language, right? I mean, that's what I'm doing. So I imagine that's what people want to do. I don't know, like I with making this video, I'm kind of worried. I'm somewhat worried that it's only going to reach Welsh people because like I'm grateful for the support, but like I don't want it to be like a circle jerk. I don't want to be like, oh, I love your language, you're great, that's it, and then Welsh people see it and they're happy. I want to like spread the awareness. I want like non-Welsh people, like whether from the rest of Britain or like from the rest of the world, to like see this video and then like learn about this language and this history as well. You know what I mean? So I don't know how it's doing now in that regard. But I really hope that it's not just like 100,000 Welsh people looking at my video. You wanted non-Welsh speakers and people universally to be able to read your comments. Yeah, basically. The likelihood that someone's a language nerd that has taken an interest in the Welsh language is higher than someone being a spy. You never know. Maybe I am a spy. Hello, Lynx. Welcome back. We're doing a thing where I have like all the questions in my YouTube comments in a spreadsheet, and then you can choose one and I can answer it. So let me do also this one. I'll make this one means done. Actually, no, you know, I can just do this. This one answered. What else? How do we know you're not a spy? There we go. Lol. Let's see. This is randomized already. So, the Wales Explorer rover tickets. Oh, yeah. So that's the thing about the transportation again. I feel like I sort of made people mad with a comment on transportation, but I mean, as I clarified, when I said pain in the ass, I meant like, if you want to go from a bus to a train or like something else, it's just it takes forever. So it's too far removed from the convenience of driving. Because like when you have good trains, for example, or even just good buses, it shouldn't be too different from driving. Seaport, hello, long time no see. How you been? How was your 2025? 2015. We just went back 10 years, guys. You taught myself basic Russian, even though I lived in Wales and don't know anyone who's Russian. Yeah, people do, like that. Oh, this one, number 8. May as well be a dead language. What other country speaks it? So that is a thing, right? You could say the same about Italian or like Japanese. Do you know how many languages are only spoken by one country, or even just one part of one country, and they are doing perfectly fine, they're perfectly healthy? Like, that, to me, that is the most Anglocentric view of the world you could get. Like, or maybe like it could be Francocentric as well. You just assume that a language is only useful when it's like the lingua franca of the world, and this comes off as super ignorant to me. When you learn another language, are you able to think in it or have to translate it in your head? I think I try not to translate. I think that's a big topic, like how I learn my languages to be able to like convert my thoughts into the language directly. It's going to take like a couple more videos to talk about like how I learn from context and so on. But wait, hold on. But I don't translate. I try not to anyway. Like sometimes an individual word, like I would have to ask, oh, how do you say diversity in Welsh? And that would be amrywiaeth. But sometimes I would translate that, but that's when it comes to like specific things. Like generally, I don't translate. Like when I'm speaking Welsh right now, I just go for it. You're doing well in 2015. Oh, great. 10 years younger. Wait, are we 7K now? Oh my god. Let's see. Guys, we made it to 7K. Apparently, where's my live? Oh, this is outdated. Refresh. 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 It's not refreshing. Refresh. Oh. Yay! Oh. We got to 7K. Thank you everyone for the support. It's been so great to see all the response and yeah, I have no words. It's amazing. I started out with 3.8K like just 1 week ago. We haven't doubled yet, but it's gonna double soon. It's gonna have doubled soon. In Wales, reading the car to easy to go to many places. Even with the car, it can take a long time to drive across the roads. Just imagine having to go on a bus. See, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, RTX, for explaining. Because I know lots of people just needing a car like in everyday life, to do most things. Like if you want to go to visit, I don't know, visit Bangor for whatever reason you might want to do, then it's easy because you have a train. But otherwise, you need a car. Like when I go to Llangollen, I take the bus from Briobon, and it just takes forever. And like I've looked into like improvements that are planned for transportation in Wales, but I think that it's basically all like around Cardiff, if I understand correctly. So that's kind of that's a shame. Oh well. Argentina. Oh yeah, actually, thanks Popular Access. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, Patagonia speaks Welsh, and also there's plenty of speakers in England as well. Technically, the Patan buses. What are those? There's a reason they could afford to keep all these routes open. With transportation, it's always a chicken and egg problem because like when you have better infrastructure, there's more opportunities and people go there more easily. If people can easily get there, they will get there. But if there's no reason, if the infrastructure is not good, people will not want to go there, and then there's less reasons to go there, and there's less funding to be had. So it's always that difficult. It's also the same thing with London versus the rest of England. Because I saw a news article about like the Elizabeth line, and then everyone's like, yeah, if you just spent a fraction of that money in the north, that would have done so much good. And I think even more so, I imagine like in like North Wales or something. Maybe Gwynedd is the last bastion of the Welsh language. There are still people there for everyday use. Yeah, I mean, if the Welsh language were to take like a downturn, yeah, Gwynedd would be the last bastion, or Mourne for sure. But let's hope that doesn't come down to that. What's your default language? What do you mean by default though? Depends on what you mean. Karuto. What's Karuto? What's Karuto? Karuto no gengo tachi wa 難しいですか? Karuto. What's Karuto? What's... Speak some Welsh to us. You can't just tell me to speak it. Can you like ask me a question or something? Like other people have been talking to me in Welsh in chat. Tuvalu. What? It used to be my regular school. Okay. And you understand Welsh TV shows? I do. I can. Or I forgot you can say yes in English. You want to say the video in Welsh very well produced and very entertaining. Thank you for supporting. And also thanks to the algorithm for recommending. Have you ever had a dream in Welsh? Yes, multiple times. It happens. For me, I don't know, for other people, like for me, it happens relatively quickly. Like when I learn a language to a survival level, I start dreaming in the language. Which editing software do you use? DaVinci Resolve. The one I speak in my head, I don't speak the language in my head, I just have thoughts. You're behind. Okay, sure. Scythe is a compound of... What? Because it says it's from Lactis, so that's all I know. I mean, you could take it with a grain of salt. But I do know Llefrith is not from Latin. Is that maybe what you're thinking? A few Welsh words that are used in the English language: penguin and corgi. Yep. Corgi, corgun. Yeah, it's funny because cawr, which corgi is from cawr, right? Cawr is a giant, right? Or is it the same word? Is it not the same word? Corgi. Cor. Okay, sorry, I confused it. Okay, cor and cow are different things. My bad. So cor is a tiny person. Cow is a giant person. You dreamt a short conversation in Finnish. Yeah, I've even dreamt in British Sign Language. Like sometimes not even deaf people do that, but I do that. There's actually very little borrowed from Latin. It's more common for Latin to borrow from Welsh. Oh, sure. Since you've learned Welsh, you should learn Irish. I think about it. I think Scottish Gaelic's more likely. Because I go to Scotland. I go to Scotland relatively often. I've been to Ireland like one time. So maybe. The language to which you automatically I still don't know, like, what do you mean by automatically revert? Like when I'm dying or something? I can't really tell because I just use whatever language I'm comfortable with in a situation. Corwint. Dwarf. Wait. Really? wind. Doesn't say here. No. No idea. Good question. Good question. Yeah, maybe could it be from cow then, Jack E? Because cow is giant, and often the owl like reduces to odd, like as I said in my other video, like ansawdd and cyfansoddi. So maybe it's from cow, giant wind. You have any tips on learning a new language that you recently permanently moved? Oh no, big topic. Look at my older videos. I guess I can't really answer that now. I'm sure I have some videos about like learning a language. It depends if it's like if you have experience in learning it, learning a language, because it can vary a lot. Like you need to find a way that's right for you. Would you learn only the 5 most spoken languages, or every language that isn't in the 500 most spoken ones? The second one, because I hate Spanish. that was an easy answer. It's so strong that I'm like, no, I'm just gonna give up the other ones. If you get to try to say hi to the people at Canolfan Iaith Genedlaethol, please do. Where is the Canolfan Iaith Genedlaethol? I have no idea. Cowdwind. But yeah, what I'm saying is cowd. I'm not surprised if cowd is reduced to cord, because it's not uncommon. The owl can't come up with other examples, but it becomes all the time. No, cow. I have no idea. How many languages do you know? Let's say 9, I guess, or 10 maybe. I've dropped off a few. I don't count those anymore. But I would say 10 maybe. Look at my like channel trailer video. Okay, let's do another question. If you guys again feel free to choose a question on the menu. If not, I'm going to do the next one here. Did you go to Nant Gwrtheuyn? That's, I hate saying this word. It's really hard to say. Nant Gwrtheuyn. So I did not get to go there. I would love to go to Penllyn at some point. But it's like way off the beaten path. And not off the beaten, but like it's because I was doing a circle around North Wales, so I didn't venture out there. But maybe I'm thinking like maybe at some point I'll go do like an immersion course there. Maybe like they have like the Glowy courses, like the proficiency courses. I might do that at some point in the future. Now I'm doing like advanced online. Have you heard of Anglish? Yes, I do like the it's fun. Thorn. It's a Welsh language centre that does Welsh only residential events. It's on Ynys Môn. See, actually, I thought it was in Cardiff. It would have been harder for me to get to Cardiff compared to Ynys Môn. I might go there at some point then. I don't know. I didn't know of that one. Cora Cowdy. Yep, indeed. The Choir of Giants. What country did you grow up in? Hong Kong. Okay. My now ideg and crazy sut ydych chi'n? Oh, dwi'n dysgu un iaith ar ôl y llall. Dyna I gyd. Ddim mor gymhleth ydy'r peth. Immersion course, that's amazing. How much is it? Too much. It costs too much for me. I'm a broke student. So please support me, guys. Please help me. I'm very broke, so I probably can't afford that one either. But yeah, the normal Welsh courses are actually pretty affordable. Like if you sign up early, you get the half price, and it's amazing. Do you sleep on the emotion? What? I imagine you do. Are you old enough to remember seeing airplanes come and go from? No, I'm not old enough. I think my lifespan has overlapped with the existence of the airport. Let's just say that. But I have no recollection of it. No. Ymarfer nhw I gyd. Well, I can refer to... Dwi'n gallu cyfeirio chdi at y fideo poblogaidd cynta nes i. Achos un flwyddyn yn ôl nes i'r fideo yma. Roedd y fideo eitha poblogaidd lle o'n i'n esbonio sut dwi'n cynnal a chadw pob iaith dwi wedi dysgu. Felly, oh, you can't see it. Okay, this one. Yeah, that's how. It's more like how my daily routine works, like how I maintain everything that I've learned. To a certain extent. I mean, they're still going to slip because it's impossible to be perfectly ready for every language all the time. I thought your accent sounded kind of Southern English. Oh no! You can go fight the people who say I sound Northern or I sound Welsh. Apparently I sound everything now. Some people say I sound Mancunian. Some people say I sound Welsh. Maybe when I speak Welsh. And some people say I sound Southern. So yeah, go fight it out. I don't know anymore. Like I've given up like trying to figure out what I sound like. Cheers. Thanks for being here. What do you think you happened to the Cantonese language? Sibama, I don't think that's tied to the political reality. I mean, there's an influence from there for sure. There's like a very big influence, but it's not like the time expires and then bam, suddenly the language dies, right? No, it's a slow process. So basically what's happening now, and then just extrapolate it. And I can again refer you to Speak Not, the book by James Griffiths, that sort of inspired the talk that I mentioned in the video, inspired me to learn Welsh, partly. It's a big thing. And then he just reposted my video today. So yay. Hi James. Glad to meet you online. Nanscothain is the same place as Canolfan. Yeah, let's get it later. What? What? Really? I need to look it up then. Canolfan iaith genedlaethol. Oh, is it just Nanscothain? So it's not Mon, it's Penllyn. There's hints of different accents of certain words, to be fair. I think maybe the articulation sounds Southern. Maybe because I enunciate a bit more when I'm on stream. Like when I have a big freaking microphone in my face, I sort of enunciate, and then that gives people a more like proper impression or something. I don't know. But also, I mean, I've got Manchester friends who like generally speak well, as in like they enunciate. So I don't know. All languages die over time. That's why no one speaks Latin now. I mean, for one, people do speak Latin. It's just transformed into like all the Romance languages now. Latin did not die; it evolved. So it's just that variety of language that existed in the time, like in the Roman times, doesn't exist anymore. Language death. When we say a language is dying, it's not when it becomes something else. It's when it stops being spoken altogether. Like people switch. Either the people all die, or they switch to another language. And instead of like evolving to another language. So it's not the same thing. But yeah, all languages die over time. Like when the next meteor hits us, then they're all going to die. Alright, let's do it. A few more. And then I might have to end soon because like I'm gonna hurt my voice speaking this much. This has been the most I've talked on stream because of all the excitement surrounding the I guess the me or something. Like ac yn gogleddol. Diolch. Dyna nod dwi'n trio cyflawni. Harry Potter. I've seen you somewhere. Like I've seen your name somewhere. Dwi'n trio cofio. Neu ella just o dan y fideo e. Mae'n bosib. Yeah. Wel dwi'n trio... A dwi wedi deud bod fi'n trio copio popeth mae ffrind fi'n gwneud. Mae hi'n deud yn y bywyd bob dydd. Felly... dwi... what is it? Gradually. I forgot that one. Let's see. Yn raddol? No. I'm sure there's a better word. Open. Dipping. No, I don't know. Gradually. Okay. doing cymryd pethau mae'n neud. Seinio mae'n deud yn ei hacken ni. Felly, yeah. Os fydd fy Nghymraeg yn newid yn y dyfodol, dyna'r gyfeiriad. Dyna'r cyfeiriad. Yn fy marn i, mae'n well na chael acen neutral, achos di eisiau siarad mewn ffordd sy'n eitha authentic, ella. You've been out of Wales for 30 years and making me want to take the language up again. Yes, do it. Why not? You know, as anspardigaethus. I've seen that one. Like, it's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for Welsh. Because I've seen that one for sure. People keep talking about it. Cerddor. Dwi'n gweld y gair yn yr enw. Braf iawn i cwrdd chdi. Pa fath o gerddoriaeth ti'n gwneud? What kind of music do you make? I mean, artists, artists recognizing artists might do something together if it works out. Okay, let's look at this one. Porthmadog, yes, it was Porthmadog. It was, if you didn't notice, by the way, the videos were actually pretty out of order. There was one point where I pretend to like, that was the end of the day, that was night, and then the next morning this is what happened. But actually that was over the course of like 4 days, and my trip was not in that order of the video at all. It's very complex because we have like people to visit and places to go and places to see as well. So we sort of did some sort of zigzag across northeast and northwest Wales, and also sometimes like things happen, like we couldn't get to places in time before sunset because it was winter, deep winter, so we had to change the order of things, so it sort of went even more out of sync with my script. So everything you see in a video that is like, it's a lie, it's that's what happens when that's filmmaking. You don't film things in order, especially Porthmadog. Porthmadog was close to the end of the trip, but I filmed the intro there just because I had nothing, I didn't plan anything to say in Porthmadog, and also I didn't know where to film the intro, so I filmed it in Porthmadog. Do you know how to pronounce that one town name? I've done that like 2 times on the stream already. Braf iawn i cwrdd chi hefyd. Cerddod folk punk. Okay. Well, os oes diddordeb, gallech chdi anfon rhywbeth o cerddoriaeth chdi ata i. Mae gen i diddordeb mewn lot o gerddoriaeth gwahanol. Thousands of people still learn Latin for fun. Yeah, I know. I know. That's more like the outlier, though. I'm talking about like as a community language. Sanvan and rip off the tourists. Yeah. I mean, I've been there. There's like fuck all to do there for tourists except the gift shop. I had a friend who lived there for a bit. I think they're still quite nearby. But I sort of I had to do it just because it fits into the narrative of the video. So, and also, I thought I could show off my one more time. Because I'm like, it's overdone. But like, I thought this video would do relatively well. So I was like, yeah, I might as well put that in. And so I put it in the trip as well. But yeah, my parents didn't like it. They were like, there's nothing to do. And the gifts are expensive. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen the film Kneecap? Do you guys know this one? I actually looked into it after I saw this comment. It's about like Irish rappers, like rappers in Irish. I thought that was pretty cool, so I added it to my list. I started playing it, but I didn't go very far. Next time you're up this way, go to Llanrwst. Oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna put that on my like Google Maps list. Where is Llanrwst? I mean, if I'm able to go there anyway. It might be a bit difficult. Like, let's see if Traws Cymru does anything there. Oh wait, Oh, it's on the way. It's like it's on the A470. I've passed by it. Oh, missed out. Oh well. So at some point I'll save it. Thank you for the recommendation. By the way, where is... Oh, okay, yeah. I bet the book Speak Not tells a different story to a video I saw today that said Wales got to keep their language when England annexed it. Huh. I can't say I'm an expert in history. I just refer to the sources that I've seen. But maybe initially, because like definitely by like the 18th century, it was full on like kill this language now, stop people using it. So why do you see, this one's a weird one. That was what I'm saying. Like people keep saying I have various accents and I don't get it. Like, I mean, I know some things about accents. Like I know languages. I looked at linguistics videos, so I know some things about accents, but I have no idea where this came from. I feel like people just had an impression just because I was speaking Welsh. I mean, when I'm speaking Welsh and I'm using English words, I just sort of naturally say things in the Welsh accent, like specifically the North Welsh one, because I sort of mentally respell the English words in Welsh and then like say them out loud, like breakfast. Or in the video I did like all day breakfast. What else did I say? Chicken korma. Kneecap. Okay, lots of people recommending it. Okay, I might just go and finish it then. I started playing like 2 minutes of it. This one, okay, this is important. I said in the video that I don't drive. I didn't say I can't drive. I actually can drive. I just don't like it. I just really hate driving. Like if I have to, I will. Like I used to drive. I tried it for 1 year, didn't like it, I stopped. And then, but like I'm saying, like if one day I absolutely have to, I will pick it back up again. But you've seen them live, but never the film. Oh, is it like? Because I have no idea. Is that based on a true stories, true people? Is that a documentary? I literally don't know anything about the film or the rappers. Braf gyda y clywed glogoedd Cymru yn cael ei cynrychioli. Wyt ti wedi siarad llawer efo pobl o'r de, dwi'n gweld hi'n anodd deall nhw lot o amser. Dwi'n meddwl bod deall hwntws yn eitha hawdd, swn i'n deud, achos dwi'n clywed nhw lot ar y teledu. Dwi'n gwybod pam, ond mae'r mwyaf o'r bobl o'r rhaglenni dwi'n gweld ar teledu yn siarad Cymraeg y de. Ella achos bod yna mwy o bobl yn y de. Felly dwi'n arfer i glywed yr acen neu y geiriau sydd yna. Yn y becws a'r cigydd ar ffordd Dinbych Cymraeg cynta. Okay, diolch. We try learning other languages on this island like Scottish Gaelic, Scots and Cornish. Oh wow, haggis. Okay, I see where you're coming from. I might I might do Gaelic at some point, just because my best friend is a Gaelic learner. We talk about these languages a lot. I'm going to switch back now because this is nice to look at. So my best friend is learning Gaelic, lives in Scotland, and we talk about our target languages quite often. We're like sharing our experiences with learning them, insights into the languages, and also like how aware the languages are used and so on. Obviously, Welsh is much more healthy than Gaelic is, and I've actually been doing Gaelic on Duolingo for a while. Not seriously, just for the streak. That's why when people ask me how long I've been learning Welsh, I start in like late 2022, because before that I've been doing Duolingo, but I don't count that as learning because you're literally just clicking things. You don't actually have to retain anything. I just did it for a streak, and I'm sort of doing the same thing for Gaelic now. So maybe at some point I'll turn that into like a serious enterprise. No. I don't know if my English is not working. I would take it seriously maybe at some point, but I don't know. Scots a bit more difficult because Scots still has the very complex status, with a diglossia with English, right? Because people don't treat it as a language, and like Scots speakers naturally speak English when they're out and about with other people, so it's really hard to get any sort of insight or resources into Scots. But I do follow Len Penny, like I love her stuff, and I'm trying to like ask her to like give permission for me to make music with her poetry, but that's another story. She's a hard person to get a hold of. But yeah, I love it. It's so beautiful. It's so fun. And Cornish. But yeah, I mean, part of the reason I'm learning Welsh is because it's close. So that sort of factors into the choice of language as well. Like Cornwall, it's so freaking far. It's like hours further than Cardiff, for fuck's sake. But then again, I mean, Richard Simcott learned Cornish without ever having been to Cornwall. Have any Uralic languages sparked your interest? I don't know. I don't feel any particular way about the Uralic languages personally, but I have a very close friend who's learning Hungarian, so there's that. And I happen to have learned a lot of languages around the Baltic Sea. So apparently I have a thing for the Baltic Sea. So maybe I'll learn it eventually. You find it easy learning Cornish? Yeah, I know. I've tried to look at some Cornish, but the hard thing about Cornish is not the language itself, but rather just its status, of people speaking it or lack thereof. I think that people keep like neglecting that factor in whether in like a language's difficulty. People keep saying, oh, it's difficult because it has this and that grammar, because the words are different. No, that's not what makes it difficult. At least not for me. Maybe for other people, yeah. But that's, to me, that is in the short term. It's like short-term difficulty. But in the long term, what really determines the difficulty of a language is whether there are resources, whether you get to use it, whether you find people who speak it. Like long after you've done learning all the grammar and vocabulary. With y cant o siarad Cymraeg yn byw i'r de o Merthyr. Really? I'm not sure. My understanding of the stats is that approximately it's like half-half. It's like the same amount of people speaking Welsh in the north and the south. But because the north has fewer people, the south has a lot of non-speakers, that's why the north has a much higher proportion of Welsh speakers. But if you like... Actually, I don't have the stats on hand, that's just what I've heard, okay? Just take it with a grain of salt. But my understanding is, like, if you do the maths, the actual number of people who speak them are similar in the north and the south. Duolingo doesn't really work. Yeah, it's a good motivator. Like, I would say the best way is to not depend on, like, apps. Better to use like other methods, like with people. But that's a whole topic. Have you used the EO cheat much yet? Have you just added? Yeah, I know. I actually forced myself to use it because again, I text my friend a lot, and then my friend does that way more than I do. Like watch your, cheat your, recommend your. I'm very conflicted about that EO cheat. Like, it's understood, but it's boring. Let's just say it's boring. So in my Welsh is easy video, there was one point where I say it's the hardest thing. One of the hardest things about speaking Welsh for me is to decide whether to use good Welsh. Like, if I use all Welsh words, I actually sound really unnatural to native speakers. So like I sometimes have to dumb it down, like use more English words, use the ER, so that it sounds more natural to native speakers. Say something in Welsh. Oh yeah, definitely. That's a good one. They have like lots of languages, right? I think they have all the Celtic ones, and then they've expanded to like non-Celtic ones as well. There's like 300 fluent Cornish speakers. I think there's like 500 fluent speakers-ish, and then like 4 digits of like people who speak some Cornish. I mean, you can check right now. You tell me. You can Google it. So many people I've seen ignore grammar for pretty much every language, but I've always found it helpful. I think it's because of the like target audience. Especially for learning Welsh, the main audience is English speakers, and English speakers have like a fear of learning languages compared to other people, like because in general English speakers have less success learning foreign languages. So when people try to encourage people to learn Welsh or like other languages, they keep emphasizing, don't worry about this, don't worry about that, just use it, which is I mean, that's fair. I can see the reasoning behind it. Just for me personally, as I'm very much not the typical Welsh learner. I'm like the opposite of a typical Welsh learner. So I just do the other thing. Like I love the grammar. I love the treiglada. So I just use all. Again, when I speak with people, like even when I'm speaking now, I don't know if you notice it, but like I'm intentionally using the wrong grammar. I'm like skipping the mutations because I want to sound like a native. But like if I speak on the radio, for example, or like on TV, not that I've done it yet, I would switch to more like textbook kind of Welsh. I would use all the mutations that I know. Dinasoedd yn y de, higher percent of the north, but much higher. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. I'll take your word for it then, Harry, because I'm not sure either. That makes sense. That makes sense because the population is just so imbalanced. Gal of Nova Scotia and Red. What's that? Do you think it's because maybe English people sometimes don't feel the need to learn anything else because so many countries? Yeah, I mean, not think, but that's absolutely the truth. Oh, Dad, after you finish smoothing. No way. Smoothio comes from smooth. Mind blown. I did not realize smoothio comes from smooth. I'm just gonna double check. I believe you, but I'm gonna double check. How did I never realize that? You smooth out your shirt. What? That's so obvious. That's so obvious when you mention it. Yeah, you're smoothing your shirts. That's cute though. Yeah, I like it when it's well integrated. Like, I think partly it's because of the funky spelling in Welsh, but also, I guess just there are some sound changes sometimes, so you don't really sometimes you don't recognize the loan words inside of Welsh. You only emphasize your mutations in exams. Yeah, fair enough. Native won't always be skipping the mutations. Yeah, I know. That's why it's a hard thing. Like, what do I do? Do I do all of them? Do I do none of them? Do I do some of them? I think what I get it is soft mutations are pretty commonly retained, and then like the other ones get dropped quite often. Because when I speak to people don't always say Nghaerdydd. There's a Nghaerdydd, I guess. But maybe like the other mutations feel like too much effort. And then like, what else? Like the aspirate one, like Canala Chato. Maybe if it's a set phrase, then you would keep it. But like, usually after R, people don't really keep the mutation. Don't skip them intentionally? Okay, I'll just say whatever I feel like saying then. River Avon. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It happens a lot though when different languages came into contact historically. It will make you sound like a learner because that's something they have difficulty grasping. Nghaerdydd. No, why would you say Nghaerdydd? That's a different thing though. Nghaerdydd is like you are Cardiff. Do we Nghaerdydd? Personally, I feel like I would stick to Nghaerdydd, to be fair, because I feel like it's just ambiguity. Yeah, okay, I'll use Nghaerdydd because has both the meaning of inside and like is something. So if I say do it I just naturally see. I find it difficult to say Dewey and Khalid. That is live demonstration of like having internalized the mutations. Did you hear that? I said Angardid at first, a soft mutation, and then I said Angardid, nasal mutation. Whereas even though I was trying to say Angardid without mutation, I was struggling. That was so funny. I couldn't say couldn't say the wrong one. Yeah, Angardid is like let's say if you say doing Angardid and I am Cardiff, if you say do Angardid, I'm in Cardiff. But if you say do Angardid without the mutation, it just sounds like neither. So it's confusing, isn't it? I mean, not in this context. You won't say I'm a city, but still. River Door. Oh yeah, Door from Do. I think I've seen that somewhere as well. Because it maybe not from Welsh, but like from Brythonic for sure. Stick to the mutations. Okay, nai. You sound like a natural, and people will be impressed. Because I don't want to impress people though. I've only heard people saying Anghadid. Really? Okay, in that case. Yeah, I guess maybe it's like a personal thing, or like could be generational thing as well. People are more likely to use it. Yeah, of course, in written Welsh. When you're writing, you're more mindful of that. What help us instructors say Gaelic speakers from the Nova Scotia? Because, yeah, I'm told that learning materials for Scottish Gaelic do like to mention Nova Scotia a lot. I think the Duolingo course has like a unit specifically about Nova Scotia, but I haven't gotten there yet. So I don't know. Angardid. Would you interpret Angardid as in Cardiff? Because like theoretically speaking, if you say do in Cardiff, that means I am Cardiff, right? Because doing I don't know, doing Cockid, I'm a what's that English, cook. But I guess you would say Cockid, Dewey. But you know, just purely theoretically, I'm Kanyethol. No, I'm Can. No, what is it? I'm Kanyeth. Yeah, I'm Kanyeth. I'm Kanye. Okay, so like I think my throat is gonna die very soon. My gudu. Do you say gudu or guduv? Which one do you pick? I kind of like both. But what was I going? Yeah, so my throat is dying now, so I think I might end it soon. Yeah, I'm really glad that you guys. Oh my god, 7,000 views on the live stream. That's usually I get like 100. So I'm really glad to people for spending time with me. Please do support the channel. I'm like it, share it if you can. Like support it, and like buy me a copper or something on the various platforms. YouTube makes it easy. But let's see me answer the last question. Wild Haggis, would you learn Breton? I would. I have tried it before. If you go back a few streams, I was trying to learn some basic Breton. Because that's relatively easy to me. Gudu as well. Okay, everyone's. I'm gonna stick to Gudu then. I'm gonna stick to what my chat tells me. How do you pronounce the Y in Welsh? TLDR. Because C-pop, you know language stuff, so I'm gonna just give it to you straight. Y if it's on or before the stress, it's a schwa. If it's after the stress, it's the same as the U, which depends on your dialect. Could be an U or could be an E. So that's it. So like for example, I'll just quick example. Uspati. The first two, so the stress is on the second one. So the first one and the second one, before stress and stress, you say the and then after stress you say E. So uspati. The imitations should make it easy for sentences to flow. A lot of first language speakers don't seem to think about it. Yeah, I agree, and I like that about it. That's sort of the point of the mutations. And apparently that happened to me. I mean, just now you just saw that happen. So it's easier to say it with the mutations. Dunkerfreus. Really? Well, how? I'm surprised because my understanding from Duolingo anyway is that so you tell me if I'm wrong, okay? My understanding is that Welsh doesn't do the exciting, excited distinction. It's the same word, because there's also a few more words where it's the same word for both. I forgot which ones, but there are some more, at least from my understanding. So, which I kind of like it, because you know what? When Hong Kong people learn English, exciting, excited is a very, very, very common mistake that we make in English. Because I teach English to Hong Kong people sometimes, and they keep saying I'm exciting. So yeah, it sounds awful. Okay, well, how else would you say it then? Gyffro. Gyffro is like it's a verb, right? What else would you say then if not gyffroes? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, the dictionary says gyffroes is only exciting. And how do you say I'm excited then? Do you even gyffro? What the hell? You tell me. Excited. I'm excited. Well, Google Translate says ruin gyffroes, which is, as we established, is an Anglicism. So I don't know. Anyway, oh yeah, definitely need a drink of water now. Should have brought some water with me. The Etchicum line at Robeth. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, thank you so much again. If you like hanging out with me, I do streams like relatively regularly. I used to do like every week. Now maybe like, it depends, maybe like once a month or whatever. So please feel free to come again to chat with me. Usually, I don't know what I'm going to do next, but like what I used to do was study my Welsh book, because I was trying to catch up with my class. Because I skipped from Canolradd to Uwch over the summer. So I was catching up on stream. And then, well, actually, surprise, surprise, I just skipped from Uwch Rhan 1, like Advanced 1 Part 1, to Advanced 1 Part 2. I changed classes. So I sort of have something to catch up again. So like, if you want to see me study, catch my streams again. And obviously there's going to be like lots of chatting. You can ask questions and we can talk about language learning or just life. I mean, I do have lots to say if I want to. The question is whether you can get me to say those things. I mean, we've talked about transportation too fast. We've talked a bit about transportation today as well. Yeah. Otherwise, I hope you support my next video as well. Definitely please share and just watch my stuff. That already helps a lot. Helps out a lot. So yeah, diolch yn fawr i bawb sydd wedi gwylio'r fideo. Dwi'n siŵr bod mwy ar y ffordd ar hyn o bryd. Pryd da ni wedi bod yn siarad, mae'r fideo wedi cyrraedd mwy o olygon efo'r treiglad. Felly, ella na un stream eto fel hynna, os fydd yna mwy o bobl sydd eisiau siarad efo fi, neu beth bynnag. Dwi angen mynd I gynllunio fy fideo nesa rwan. I need to go and plan my next video now. I have some ideas. I hope you enjoy that as well. It's not going to be always about Welsh, but I think you would like it because it has a lot of common themes with this one. Because that's just what I'm interested in myself. So if you liked my this Wales road trip, I think you would like the next one. Because just a last remark, very often what happens with mwy o wylwr. Okay, mwy o wylwr. Da iawn, diolch. What often happens is, this is very important, if you get a lot of subscribers on one video and then you make a new video that is like not the exact same thing, and then your new subscribers don't watch the new one, that's going to kill your channel completely. So I hope that you don't kill my channel. Like, all you need to do is to click and then watch the next one. So I'm actually very worried right now. So please, if you want to support me, please do not ignore the new video. I'm gonna like it's a dead channel afterwards. So yeah, that's it for today. I need to make dinner. Yeah, it's gwylwr without the treiglad. Diolch yn fawr, thanks for the live stream. Look forward to more language learning. Yes, more language learning. I love language learning. You saw the videos, I enjoyed it from the North Wales. So nice to see linked to area. Thank you for supporting again. Just please do share the video more. I recently learned that sharing is actually really important to the algorithm as well. So please. Rhanwch os da chi'n gallu. Diane was born and raised in Bangor. Oh, it's we can all improve together. It's not a competition. We can all get better. Da ni'n gallu gwella efo'n gilydd. Da ni'n gallu dod yn siaradwyr rhugl a rhannu'r iaith hardd yma efo'n gilydd yn y dyfodol. Dwi'n gobeithio bydd mwy o bobl yn siarad y iaith hefyd mwyn iddi gallu fynd yna a ffeintio bobl i siarad efo nhw. Un nod. It's it's a selfish goal, but you know what? Let's hope for that. Let's hope more people speak Welsh so that I can easily find people to talk to. Yeah, okay. Pob lwc I bawb. Diolch yn fawr eto. Mi welai